nice book if you've got the time to read it is Adaptation and Natural Selection is one of the founding books. You can find people being optimistic about what the utterly alien optimization process of natural selection will produce in the way of how it optimizes its objectives. You got people arguing that, like, early days, biologists said, well, like, organisms will restrain their own reproduction when resources are scarce so as not to overfeed the system. And this is not how natural selection works. It's how whose genes are relatively more prevalent in the next generation. And if like you restrain your reproduction, those genes get less frequent in the next generation compared to your conspecifics. And natural selection doesn't do that. In fact, predators overrun prey populations all the time and have crashes. It's just like a thing that happens. And many years later, what the people said, like, well, what group selection, right? What about groups of them? And basically, the method of group selection almost never works out in practice is the answer there. But also, years later, somebody actually ran the experiment where they took populations of insects and selected the whole populations to have lower sizes. They just take pop 1, pop 2, pop 3, pop 4, look at which has the lowest total number of them in the next generation and select that. And what do you suppose happens when you select populations of insects? Well, what happens is not that the individuals in the population evolved to restrain their breeding, but that they evolved to kill the offspring of other organisms, especially birds. So people imagine this lovely, beautiful, harmonious output of natural selection, which is these populations restraining their own breeding, that groups of them stay in harmony with the resources available, and mostly the map never works out for that, but if you actually apply the weird, strange conditions to get group selection that beats individual selection, what you get is female and male selection. But you're like breeding on restrained populations. And so that's like the sort of, so this is not a smart optimization process. Natural selection is like so incredibly stupid and simple that you actually quantify how stupid it is if you like read the textbooks for that. Nonetheless, this is the sort of basic thing that you look at this alien optimization process, and there's this thing that you hope it will produce, and you have to learn to clear that out of your mind and just think about the underlying dynamics and where it finds the maximum from its standpoint that it's looking for, rather than how it finds that thing that left into your mind is the beautiful aesthetic solution that you hope it finds. And this is something that has been thought out historically as the field of biology has come to terms with evolutionary biology. And you can like look at them fighting it out and they get to terms with this very alien human optimization process. And indeed, something smarter than us would also see nothing smarter than natural selection, so it doesn't just like automatically carry over. But there's a lesson there. There's a warning.
So to you, natural selection is a deeply suboptimal process that can be significantly improved on your would-be by an AGI system.
Well, it's kind of stupid. Like, have to like run hundreds of generations to notice that something is working. It doesn't be like, oh, well, I tried this in like one organism, I saw it work. I'm going to like duplicate that feature onto everything immediately. That's like one hundreds of generations for new mutation transformation.
I wonder if there's a case to be made that natural selection, as inefficient as it looks, is actually quite powerful. Like that this is extremely robust.
It runs for a long time, and eventually one just optimizes this. It's weaker than gradient descent because gradient descent also uses information about the derivatives.
Yeah, evolution seems to be, there's not really an objective function.
There's inclusive genetic goodness. There's the implicit loss function of evolution, which cannot change. The loss function doesn't change, the environment changes, and therefore like what gets optimized for your organism changes. It's like take like GPT-3. There's like imagine like different versions of GPT-3 where they're all trying to predict the next word, but they're run on different data sets of text. And that's like natural selection, always inclusive genetic fitness, but like different environmental environments.
it's difficult to think about. So if we're saying that natural selection is stupid, if we're saying that humans are stupid,
It's smarter than natural selection, stupider than the upper bound.
Do you think there's enough about money? That's another painful place.
I mean, if you put enough matter energy competing into one place, it will collapse into a black hole. And there's only so much teleportation can do before you run out of entropy and the universe dies. So there's an upper bound, but it's very, very, very high up above here. Like a supernova is only finitely high. It's not infinite, but it's really, 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 really high.
Well, let me talk to you about consciousness. Also coupled with that question is imagining a world with super intelligent AI systems that get rid of humans, but nevertheless keep something that we would consider beautiful and amazing. Why?
The lesson of evolutionary biology. That just like if you just guess what an optimization does based on what you hope the results will be, it usually will not do them.
It's not hope. I mean, it's not hope. I think if you cold and objectively look at what has been a powerful, a useful. I think there's a correlation between what we find beautiful and the thing that's been useful.
This is what the early biologists thought. They were like, no, I'm not just like they thought. Like, no, I'm not just like imagining stuff that would be pretty. It's useful for organisms to restrain their own reproduction because then they don't overrun the prey populations and they actually have more kids in the long run.
So let me just ask you about consciousness. Do you think consciousness is useful
to humans?
No, to AGI systems. In this transitionary phase between humans and AGI, the AGI systems has become smarter and smarter. Is there some useful? What? Let me start. What is